national champion in the Lanny D. and B.J. Naglin dramatic interpretation, receiving a $1,000 scholarship from Simpson College, is from Ransom Everglades School in Florida, Claudia Colina.
Da 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 da, 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 da na 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 na, ah, el día de mi suerte, na 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 na, na 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 na. We grew up Puerto Rican in America, dragging the R's like they do on the island. But like I spoke Spanglish and insisted it was the only language. I loved everything about myself, especially my skin tone. I was raised to be a proud Puerto Rican. My grandmother always sang, Puerto Ricans can be sweet, or we can be vicious. It all depends on how you treat us. Castro flushed all the toilets of Cuba, and all the shit ended up in Miami. Gustavo moved into the building my grandmother managed. It was a nightmare. My mother is so damn beautiful, it's hard for any man to look away. She's walking down the street, and all you hear is, but it's gross. Gustavo pursued Mami and, she liked it. But after being with a man who's on the FBI's most wanted list, anything was a step up. My abuela always told me that Venezuela had the most beautiful women. So I'd like her to explain why I'm still single. However, she always warned me, si te vas a casar con alguien, asegúrate. Que no sea un negro marihuanero con las tres a la cabeza y el pantalón, no, nada, me hace el favor. Ay, tampoco me digas que se la pasa escuchando esa música tan fea. ¿Cómo es que dice? Tuki tuki ta, tiki tiki, minor. Which means, just marry a white guy. Whether it was straightening my hair for a speech tournament or, and this actually happened to me, using a clothespin to pinch my nose, hoping it would make it smaller, my life and body has been shaped by persistent, systemic pressure to distance myself from my Black roots. But I am not alone. Over 41% of Afro-Latinos report experiencing discrimination from other Latinos, highlighting the prevalence of anti-Black sentiment within the Hispanic community. Colorism is a lie that has tried to convince us we are anything but beautiful. So it is time to start holding our own communities accountable, because we cannot fix what we are too afraid to call out. I would like to dedicate this performance to every single person of color watching me right now, especially my little brother and my little sister. You are fearfully and wonderfully made, and our beauty is something that will never need fixing. Legitimate Kid by Aida Rodriguez. We drove to a neighborhood in Miami where middle-class Cubans lived. This is nice. They sounded different. Their Spanish was faster and sharper. Puerto Ricans sang when they spoke. They were also all the same color. White. We ate dinner at their house, and their beans were black and I was used to my red ones. Their plantains were sweet and I preferred tostones. Gustavo's aunt, Delia, exchanged recipes with Mommy. She had to learn how to cook for your man. Mommy worked daily to please him. And every day he would move the goalpost because, well, he was an asshole. While I was cleaning the plates, Gustavo pointed out, you are cute. But you would be perfect if you weren't so ordinaria. Gracias. In other words, if I didn't have Afrocentric features. As I watched my mom fall in love again, I braced myself for another ride. This was our new family. A total misery. My siblings and I were a visual aid for colorism. Gustavo referred to them as indios, which is a slur for indigenous people. I was the brown one. Tina looked Asian. Oh, and the baby. Ay, chiquito. And the baby was white. There was a hierarchy. It was an anti-blackness white supremacy thing. The battle of who was better was an ongoing one, but no matter how much Gustavo tried to point out our differences, our mother continued to remind us. Say, you all came from here. You are all full brothers and sisters as far as I'm concerned, huh? Sometimes it was actually funny. But it was always rooted in ignorance. These events would escalate, and at times, China, it'd get very ugly. I was having one of those days where I could no longer tolerate the bullshit, and I talked back. I knew Gustavo didn't like me, so any moment he had to scold me, it was an opportunity for him to demonstrate the hatred that he had in his heart for me. He joked and called me negra. 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 Sarnosa. I had never heard that word before. But I knew that it was bad. There was an unfamiliar rage boiling within me. Gustav! He hit me. But I wasn't prepared to take it. So I grabbed a knife. The only actual filthy people on this planet were the men my mother chose to be with. You are the sarnoso. No. Everything I know about me is beautiful according to my people. That one that tells me that I am a pura caína. I carry African and native blood, and I love everything about me. especially my skin tone. I bask in the glory of being Boricua, no matter what you call me, and no matter how you try to make me feel, I know who I am. I know who I am. And I am not going to let you take that away from me.
Oh.
You know, my mother never spoke of colorism. But the truth is that most of us experience it. You know, after she told me what it meant, sarnosa, it meant filthy, grimy, dirty. You know, Latinos' thinking has been colonized to find reasons to dislike one another, attach value to ourselves based on what white supremacy dictates, and even weaponize our complexions. But we can be proud of our culture and know that we still have things to fix. You can be proud of yourself and know that you still have work to do. And I can be proud of my community and still call out racism, machismo, and ignorance. Lifting that enormous weight off my shoulders has been one of the hardest but best things that I have ever done. You know, I made a promise to myself as a little girl, one that I am still trying to fulfill. A promise to always tell my own story, instead of letting others do it for me.
Coached by Kate Hamm and Justinmar Perez.